Okay, so today we're going to dive into a topic that you specifically asked about,
Oh, awesome.
which is something that's super useful for everyday English, right?
Yeah.
Talk about professions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you were kind enough to share a couple of really great resources with us.
Of course.
A YouTube lesson from Inglés Minuto, which is always super
That's a
handy.
good one.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
And then also a really, really great article from Berlitz.
Yeah, that's a good comprehensive one
Yeah.
to sort of round things out.
Yeah, so our mission is to extract the absolute best ways to discuss what people do for a living in English.
Right.
Give you a boost in that practical vocabulary.
That's the goal.
Because, you had mentioned that you wanted to feel more confident
Yeah.
discussing this in everyday conversations.
Exactly.
And, what could be more central to our lives
I mean, really.
than, our work lives?
It's so fundamental.
Yeah, so we'll start with, those essential questions
Okay.
that you can use.
Yeah.
And then we'll really explore a range of job titles.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, hoping to cover professions that you encounter regularly.
Yeah.
Whether they're, your own
People you know?
people or even just roles that you hear about,
Out in the world.
out in the world,
Yeah.
in the news, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
So let's jump right in
Yeah.
to that crucial first step,
Okay.
which is asking someone about their job.
All right. How do we do it?
Right.
What do we say?
So the Berlitz article points out a couple of key questions
Mm-hmm.
that are really effective.
Okay.
The first one is pretty direct.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Classic. It's
Yeah.
right to the point.
Right to it.
Yeah.
And then the slightly more concise,
Okay.
but just as common way to ask
Mhm.
is simply, what do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe the one I hear more often. Even
Yeah.
it's so quick and easy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So both are really great options for finding out someone's profession.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And then when someone turns that question back to you,
Oh, right back at bar chat.
right,
Yeah.
how do you respond?
What do you say?
So Berlitz gives us some really clear and easy to use examples.
Okay.
So they say, you can say, I am a teacher,
Oh, good.
or I am an actor.
All right. Straightforward.
It really is straightforward as that.
I am a Beyond.
Yeah.
I am a dealer.
Yeah.
And then your profession.
Yeah, exactly.
Like easy.
But, here's a seemingly small detail
Okay.
that's actually really important
Uh-oh.
for sounding natural in English.
All right. I'm intrigued.
So Berlitz highlights this grammar rule
Okay.
of using a before profession
Mm-hmm.
that starts with a consonant sound,
Okay.
like a teacher,
A teacher.
and a before one that begins with a vowel sound.
So an actor.
Got it.
Yeah.
So a consonant sound, a
Yeah.
vowel sound. And
Exactly.
yeah.
So it's a basic rule, but getting it right makes a really noticeable difference.
In your fluency.
Yeah, totally.
So it's one of those things to kind of keep in mind.
For sure.
Right.
Little details matter.
They do.
Yeah.
Now let's delve into some specific professions.
Okay, let's do it.
So a really fundamental area,
Mhm.
and one that comes up a lot in conversation, I think,
I would agree.
is healthcare.
Of course.
So both of our sources mention some key roles
Right.
in this sector.
Mhm.
So we all know, doctor for medico
Right.
and nurse for enfermero.
Yeah, yep.
These are obviously
Just essential.
essential professions
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And then the Berlitz article expands on this
Okay.
with some other vital healthcare roles.
All right.
So we have dentist for dentista,
Dance.
someone most of us will encounter at some point.
Most of us, yeah, unfortunately sometimes,
Right.
but they're important.
Yeah, absolutely,
Keep those teeth healthy.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's physical therapist,
Oh, yeah.
which translates to physiotherapeuta.
Physical therapist, physiotherapeuta.
It's interesting how some of these longer titles
Yeah.
translate pretty directly.
They do. Some of them are very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's one where the pronunciation is key.
Ooh.
Psychologist for psychologist.
Right.
And Berlitz makes a great point about this one,
Yeah, what is it?
that the PS at the beginning
Oh, right.
sounds just like an S.
Yeah, so it's like a silent P.
Yeah,
A psychologist.
psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah, that silent P can be a common hurdle, I think,
I can see
for learners.
psychologist.
Psychologist.
Got it.
Yeah. And then completing Berlitz's healthcare list
Okay.
is pharmacist for pharmaceutica,
Pharmacist. Yep.
the person who is so crucial
Yes.
for providing medications and health advice.
Definitely an important one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this whole category you said is so practical.
Right.
Because, health and well-being are such common topics of
Right.
conversation. So whether you're discussing your own health or, family, friends.
Right, or even just understanding news reports.
Oh, yeah. It's good to know.
It's good to have that vocabulary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so important.
All right, let's move on to another cornerstone
Okay.
of society, which is education.
Education, yeah.
So Berlitz provides a good range
Right.
of professions connected to schools and learning.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, teacher for professor is on the list.
You see, there's the classic.
A classic, right?
Yeah.
And that was also featured in the English Menudo video.
Right, they covered that one too.
Yeah.
All right, so what else did Berlitz have?
So going beyond the classroom,
Oh.
they include principal for director,
Principal.
the person who leads the school,
Right, runs the whole show.
the one in charge.
Yeah,
Right.
got it.
And then we have librarians for bibliotecario,
Librarian.
the invaluable resource for books and information.
So important.
It's a role that's evolving in the digital age,
It is.
but remains so important.
yeah, they're adapting.
Right.
Totally.
And finally, in the education category,
Okay.
school counselor for orientador educational.
A school council.
Someone who provides that essential guidance
Right.
and support to students, in their academic and personal development.
So important for students to have that.
It is.
Yeah.
Really highlights the different kinds of expertise
Yeah.
that contribute to a student's journey.
It takes a village.
It does.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and focus on some of the really dynamic
Great.
and rapidly evolving sectors.
Ooh, I like it.
Technology and business.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
So Berlitz has a pretty extensive list here,
Okay.
which reflects their significance.
I mean, no surprise there.
Right.
Huge these days.
In today's economy.
Yeah.
So we're talking about roles like software engineer
Yeah.
for engineer to
Software
software
engineer, that's a big one.
Huge.
Yeah.
The demand for these professionals
It's through the roof.
is through the roof. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then the increasingly vital role of data analyst.
Oh, yeah. Data is everything.
For analista de datos,
Data analyst.
the ability to make sense of
So much data.
vast amounts of information
It's overwhelming.
is driving decisions across all sorts of industries,
It really is.
making this a very sought-after skill.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Absolutely. We also have cybersecurity analyst,
Oh, yeah. That's a crucial one
Yeah.
these days, too.
analista de segurança cibernética,
Cybersecurity analysts.
a profession that's become absolutely crucial for
Absolutely.
protecting our information.
Right. All of our digital stuff.
Yeah,
Our infrastructure.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Then there's web developer
Yeah.
for desenvolvedor web,
Web developer.
the people who create and maintain
All the
websites we use every single day.
that we're so reliant on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And network administrator for administrador de read,
Network administrator.
who ensures that all the underlying computer systems
Right.
are functioning smoothly.
Yeah. Keep everything running.
Keep it all running
Yeah. Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it.
On the business side,
All right.
Berlitz includes accountant,
Okay. Yeah.
contador, essential for managing financial records,
Right. Keeping the books in order.
keeping the books in order, and ensuring compliance.
Yeah. Got to follow the rules.
Got to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And financial analyst for analista financiera,
Financial analyst.
who helps organizations make informed investment decisions.
Right. Where to put your money.
Exactly.
Right.
We also have marketing manager for gerente de marketing,
Oh, yeah. Marketing.
the person responsible for
Getting the word out.
promoting products and services.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it.
And the incredibly important role of human resources manager,
Oh, yeah. HR.
gerente de recursos humanos,
Yeah. Human resources
who
maintenance.
deals with employee relations, recruitment, and overall workplace well-being.
All the people stuff.
All the people stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, let's not forget sales representative,
Oh, yeah. Gotta have sales.
representante de ventas,
Sales rep.
who is key to generating revenue,
Right. Bringing in the money.
bringing in the money for companies.
For sure.
So it's a really comprehensive snapshot
It is.
of the modern business and tech landscape.
Yeah. I mean, it really covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, it does.
Really does.
And what's so fascinating here
Yeah.
is how many of these roles have emerged
Right.
or significantly evolved
Oh, yeah.
in recent decades.
Things are changing so fast.
They are
Yeah.
reflecting the rapid pace
Mm-hmm.
of technological and economic change.
It's incredible.
It really shows how the world of work
Right.
is constantly adapting.
We have to adapt with it.
We do.
Yeah. Constantly learning new things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, for a bit of a different flavor,
Okay.
let's explore professions and arts.
Oh.
and entertainment.
Arts and entertainment art.
So Berlitz covers some key roles
Okay.
in this creative sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So we have actor and actress
Right.
for abitur and actress,
Actor, actress.
which is,
little classic.
classic. A useful reminder
Yeah.
that English sometimes retains
Oh, yeah.
gender-specific terms,
Right.
though this is becoming less common
It is.
in some areas.
For sure.
And then for those with a passion for music,
Okay.
we have musician for musico.
Musician. That's a nice broad one.
It is.
Encompasses a lot.
Yeah, encompasses a
There's
huge
all kinds of musicians.
range of talents and genres,
So many.
for sure.
Yeah.
For those who work behind the camera
Okay.
in the film industry, there's film director for director de cinema,
Film director.
a person with the vision
Yeah.
for a movie.
They're the captain of the ship.
They are.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
And then in the visual arts,
Okay.
we have graphic designer for designer, graphico,
Graphic design.
who creates visual concepts
Right.
for various media.
Yeah. Websites, logos, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget those
Okay.
who capture moments in time.
Ooh, I like it.
Photographer for photography.
Sorry for photographer. Yeah.
This category really showcases
It
the
does.
diverse ways that people can turn their creative talents
So true.
into a profession.
There are so many options.
There are.
Yeah.
Right.
So cool.
Okay, moving on to some more technically focused areas.
Okay.
Let's look at engineering and science professions.
Engineering and science.
Again, drawing for the Berlitz list.
Okay, cool.
We begin with the foundational
Oh.
civil engineer.
So it's civil engineer.
These are the people who design and oversee
Right.
the construction of infrastructure.
They're the builders.
The builders,
The stuff.
the big stuff, bridges and roads, and
Yeah, exactly. The foundations of our world.
the foundations.
Yeah.
Then we have mechanical engineer, ingeniero mecánico,
Mechanical engineer.
and electrical engineer,
Okay.
ingeniero eléctrico.
Electrical engineer.
These are classic engineering disciplines.
The classic.
Right. Each with their own vital application.
Absolutely.
Right.
For sure.
And for those who look to the skies,
Okay.
there's aerospace engineer, ingeniero aerospatial.
Aerospace engineer. That one sounds fun.
I know, right?
But yeah.
A field that sounds incredibly exciting,
Yeah.
involving the design and development of aircraft
Oh, yeah.
and spacecraft.
Rockets and planes and
Right.
spaceships.
So cool.
Yeah.
We also have environmental engineer,
Oh, yeah.
ingeniero ambiente,
Environmental engineer.
reflecting the growing global concern
Right.
for sustainability
Yeah. We need those folks.
and the need for professionals
Yeah.
who can address environmental
For
challenges.
sure. It's a big one.
It is.
Yeah.
And then that broad
Okay.
but crucial term, scientist,
Scientist, the OG.
right, for scientista,
Yeah.
which is also mentioned
I think Ingles Menudo had that one too.
in the English Minuto video. Yeah.
Right.
Encompassing a vast array
Oh, yeah. So many types of scientists.
of specializations.
Yeah. So many different fields.
Right.
Yeah.
Expanding on the science side,
Okay.
Berlitz includes biologists for biologist,
Biologist.
chemist for chemico,
Chemist.
astronomer for astronomer, which, as you mentioned,
Right.
was also on the English Minuto list,
Another good one.
sparking our curiosity about the universe.
Yeah. What's out there?
And finally, physicist for physico,
Physicist. Yeah.
exploring the fundamental laws of nature,
Right. The deep stuff.
the deep stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great overview
It is.
of different scientific pursuits.
Yeah. So many different ways to explore the
Yeah.
world.
And it's interesting how some of these scientific roles,
Yeah.
like astronomers,
Yeah.
really ignite
They do.
our sense of wonder
It's inspiring.
and our desire to understand
Yeah.
the world and beyond.
The big questions.
Big questions, right?
So cool.
Now, to round out our exploration,
Okay.
let's look at some other important professions
Right.
that might not fit neatly into those
Well,
earlier categories.
Yeah. Kind of miscellaneous, but still important.
Right.
Yeah.
So Berlitz gives us police officer for police,
Police officer. Yeah.
a vital role in maintaining safety and order,
Right. Keeping us safe.
keeping us safe,
Yeah.
and the incredibly brave
Yes.
firefighter,
Oh, yeah.
or
Firefighter.
bombero,
So brave.
which the Inglés Minuto video also highlighted
Yeah, they did it.
as bombero.
Right.
These are the first responders
Yeah.
who put themselves in harm's way,
They do.
right,
To help others.
to help others.
So important.
Essential emergency services
Right.
also include paramedic,
Yeah.
and emergency medical technician,
EMT.
or técnico en emergencias médicas,
Yeah.
often working together to provide that immediate medical care.
Yeah, on the scene.
On the scene.
That's so important.
So crucial.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those who are passionate about food,
Oh, yeah.
we have chef,
The chef.
for chef de cuisine,
Love it.
also mentioned by Inglés Minuto.
Right. I
Chef,
could serve the kitchen.
the master of the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a profession that requires both skill
Oh, yeah.
and creativity.
For sure.
For sure.
So much talent.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the hospitality industry,
Okay.
waiter,
Waiter, waitress.
for garçon and garçonette.
Right.
Waiter, garçon
Okay.
was specifically mentioned
Got it.
by Inglés Minuto.
Okay.
These roles are crucial
Yeah.
for the dining experience.
Making sure we have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Berlitz also lists hotel manager
Oh, yeah.
for gerente de hotel manager,
Hotel manager.
bartender for barman,
Bartender.
and the vital role of pilot
Oh, yeah.
for piloto,
Yeah.
responsible for the safe transportation
Yeah.
of passengers.
Got to get us there safely.
Got to get us there safely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And cargo
Yeah. And all our stuff.
and all our
For
stuff.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the Inglés Minuto video provides even more
Oh, nice.
valuable additions
I love it.
to our list, which is fantastic.
Yeah. What else do they have?
So they include sales for vendedora,
Okay.
broadening our understanding
Yes.
of
Yeah.
retail and customer service roles.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Sure.
They also mention farmer.
Oh, yeah.
For fazendero,
Farmer.
a truly foundational profession
Absolutely.
that provides us with food.
The most essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the increasingly prevalent role
Oh, yeah, this one.
of delivery for entregador,
Delivery.
which has become so essential
I know.
in our modern lives.
That's so true.
It really is.
So convenient.
For transportation,
Okay.
truck driver for motorista de camión,
Truck driver. Yep.
and flight attendant for comisario de bordo
Flight attendant.
are key roles in logistics
Yeah.
and travel,
Getting us where we need to go.
getting everything where it needs to go.
And keeping us comfortable along the way.
Right.
Yeah.
In the business realm,
Okay.
businessman for empresario
Businessman. Yeah.
is another important term they included,
Right.
along with mechanic for mecanico,
Mechanic.
who keeps our vehicles and machinery running smoothly.
So important.
Right.
Yeah.
And finally, Inglés Minuto lists soldier for soldado
Soldier.
and construction worker for trabajador, the civil
Construction worker.
completing a really diverse
I mean,
and comprehensive
that was amazing.
overview of professions.
Wow.
It's remarkable to see
Yeah.
the sheer variety
It is
of
immersive
ways that people contribute their skills and labor
to our world.
to society.
Yeah, it really is amazing
It is.
to think about all the different roles that make everything work.
Make everything work.
Yeah.
And, thinking back
Oh, yeah.
to when we started,
Right.
you now have a much
Way more.
wider vocabulary for discussing what you and the people around you do
Yeah, this is so helpful.
professionally in English.
For real.
So we've covered
We've come a long way.
how to ask and answer those initial questions,
Right.
but also explored a really extensive range of job titles
Across so many different fields.
across so many different sectors.
Yeah.
Thanks to the insights.
I mean, shout out to the sources.
Shout out to the sources
They were great.
from both of these resources.
So helpful.
So helpful.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up
Uh-huh.
this deep dive into the world of professions in English,
Right.
I want you to consider this.
Okay.
Looking at all these different roles,
Right.
how do you envision
Oh,
the future of work evolving?
that's a big question.
It is a big question,
Yeah.
right? Are there emerging professions?
Right, like things that don't even exist yet.
Right. Perhaps driven by new technologies or global challenges.
Oh, right, or maybe things that do exist, but we haven't even thought to put a name to.
Right. Yeah. That weren't even on these
Right, they weren't on the list.
pretty extensive lists.
Right.
And what creative names might we come up with?
Yeah, what are they going to be called?
Right.
I love that.
For those roles in English,
That's a great question to ponder.
that could be a really fascinating area
It is.
for you to explore further
Yeah. I'm going to have to think about that.
on your own.
Thanks for giving me something to think about.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Great episode.
Thanks.
Just really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah. Learned a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Always good.
All right. Until next time.
Yeah.